Welcome to This Day in Everything Cool for May 28th. On this day in 1976, the film industry started to change. Martin Scorsese's violent and gritty movie Taxi Driver won the prestigious Palme d'Or at the 29th Cannes Film Festival. The movie, which had been released in the US a few months earlier, was very controversial thanks to its violence, not to mention the dark and gritty nature of its main character, Travis Bickle. Despite the controversy, Taxi Driver was a huge hit with critics, and the win at Cannes helped cement its status, and it went on to be nominated for other big awards like the Oscars and Golden Globes. Taxi Driver exemplifies the shift in Hollywood that was happening in the 1970s, with the traditional studio system being replaced by younger filmmakers who weren't afraid to be more experimental and take on more risky subject matter. Another Crazy Taxi raced onto the streets on May 28, 2001. That's when Sega released Crazy Taxi 2 on the Dreamcast, serving as a sequel to the first game that had been released on the system 2 years earlier. Both games thrust players into an open world where they can pick up different passengers and then race to get them to their destinations in record time, and the sequel featured more cities, new vehicles, and the ability to pick up multiple passengers at once. The games were a success, but due to the failure of the Dreamcast itself, they didn't really take off until they made the jump to other platforms like the Xbox and the PC. The Dreamcast isn't the only system with awesome games that few people played. On May 28, 2015, Nintendo splattered the Wii U with the original Splatoon game, giving players a new kind of family-friendly shooter. Instead of firing bullets at each other, players instead splashed each other and the world around them with colorful ink, and the more territory your team inked, the faster you could move over it. This was a cool mechanic that made Splatoon unique in the shooter genre, but because the Wii U had such a low install base, the game just wasn't played by very many people. That changed when Nintendo released Splatoon 2 on the much more popular Switch in 2017.